49ers bring pressure. Two inside backers come down the sideline. Romeo Doubs, a touchdown.
Hang on. Love to Watson to a one-score game.
Hey, this is Ahman Green, Green Bay Packers all-time leader in rusher. Bill, the Packer fan, and Packer owner, Nick. They run a website for Packer news and updates, and I know Packer news hasn't been so great lately because we got some players that are not Packers anymore that you loved at one time, but you might hate a little bit right now.
Two great running backs. We have a competent offensive line.
He's saying that he felt in November and December that they didn't want him back.
Get a little safety in that position. Either we go.
There's no reason to believe we can't return, but.
And they already came out. There's a couple guys that came out and said that Rodgers is telling what
solution of it, and don't let them go for anything under than one.
And you know what, Packer fans? The Bears still suck. So go Pack Go, and good luck to you, Bill and Nick. Their website and their Packer news. Talk to you later.
It's a lot easier to come in and Skip doing mop-up duty, but he threw the ball off. He kind of looked like Aaron Rodgers the way he was throwing the ball sidearm and just flicking the ribs, and the ball was just jumping out of his hands.
Agreed. Hey everybody, this is Gerhard de Beer, former Green Bay Packer offensive lineman, and you're watching Frozen Tundra Network with Bill the Packer fan and Packer owner Nick. Enjoy.
What's up?
What up, everyone? Welcome to the Frozen Tundra Network on this wonderful Friday night. We got a whole bunch of crazy stuff to talk about tonight that we're going to have some controversy, I can already tell. But let's start off with the obvious that everyone has been talking about initially, and that's week one. It's the Green Bay Packers versus the Chicago Bears, or the Arlington Heights Bears, or whatever you want to call them.
They're not even moving to Arlington Heights now, man. The talk is
the dumpster fire Bears that
nobody wants their ass.
Nobody wants them.
So who knows what's going to happen with that?
Where's the game going to be played?
Bill's not going to be here tonight. He'll probably be on the next show, hopefully. So let's talk about it real quick. Let's just dive right into it. I want to start out with Packers versus Bears, week one. You got what's his name versus Jordan Love at quarterback, and you got a good defense versus. Can you consider them to have a defense? Do the Bears have a defense at this point? You
Something
got
kind of similar to it, but it's not a defense.
you got a pretty good offensive line that has some pretty good pieces on it, and then you have the Bears offensive line, I guess you want to call them. So let's dive into what's going to happen in this week one game. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to go around the horn how I see it. John Dorn, go ahead and start off with it.
Well, what I see it, week one, I think we're gonna pretty much go down there and we're gonna destroy them. I think we're just gonna go like 34-10. Our defense is gonna come out and put a whooping on that fucking Bears offense. I mean, we're gonna fucking stuff them. And then our offense is gonna say, "Hey, we heard all this bullshit in the offseason. We're gonna show you that we don't need Rodgers no more. That we're younger, faster, and better."
Yeah. So 34-10, you said.
Yeah, it's a statement, man. It's a statement game right off the bat.
All right. I like it. So let's go with Rob. You're next.
Man, I've already put mine out there. Week one is the official ceremony of Jordan Love taking over his ownership of the Bears from Rodgers. We are going to sit there and own them for another 10 years. Week one, 34. It could be 35-10, it could be 35-7. I don't really care. It's going to be an ass whooping week one.
Yeah.
Straight up.
All right. Babyface Ken, what's going on? Let's hear it.
I think the defense is going to absolutely crush them. I'm not quite as optimistic that the offense is going to put on that type of show. I think we're still going to win. I would say 24-7 would be my guess, but I think the defense is just going to smother them.
I think so too.
I do think, look, I'm not so sure we're going to score 34, 35 points. I do think that our defense may actually score 7, maybe even 14. Well, I guess.
Are we saying a pick 6 or what?
The team is going to score 35. We're just going to get it from everybody.
I think it's possible that not only do we get a pick 6, but there might be because Justin Fields fumbles. I seen this statistic. It's like once every 0.1 possessions or something like that. So I think Preston Smith may catch him on one of the, so it could happen that way. For all we know, we're going to get a safety. I just do not believe in the Bears at all on any sides of the field, like except for maybe punt return and kick return. Other than that, I just don't see how they stack up against us, especially with. So I know that we're messing around and we're trolling a little bit, but this is not trolling right here. This is dead ass serious. Historically, one of the worst passing quarterbacks that has ever existed in the NFL. So go ahead, Bears fans, do whatever you have to do to try to, argue against that. You can't. Look at the stats. They
cherry pick them. They cherry picked them.
Yeah, they will cherry pick. Did you see that post where?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Even Bears fans hate this woman that's a beat writer for the Bears. She's like, "Did you see these 5 games?"
Yes.
Oh God, I saw that.
And they wouldn't show the passing yards, and then it was like, "Well, what about all the other games?" Because his total passer rating was like 70 or some shit. So yeah, look, I do think defensively, I just think we're just gonna
go back goal from Virginia.
That's right.
I don't think the Bears are going to be able to score enough points. I think that we're going to stop them so many times that eventually our stagnant offense is going to start getting the motors going, if that makes sense, I can't wait to watch LaFleur's offense finally get to work on its own without someone manipulating it. Because Jordan Love's not going to go in there and be like, hey, I'm just going to change everything. That's not going to happen, right? Maybe 3 to 5 years down the line, but not right now. So, yeah, I would say something along the lines of, I want to say 23-20. I think that we'll barely beat them, but I think it'll be the demise of Justin Fields just being terrible at quarterback.
That one up there is
I agree with the demise of Justin, but it's not going to be that close. We're going to smoke.
I think it will be.
We're going to smoke it.
I think it'll be that close because our offense is not going to get going week 1. It's just not going to happen right away. I don't see it.
I'm not sold on that yet. I want to see some preseason. I don't even want to speak about how we're going to play until I see something. I mean, last year, you guys remember last year, right before the season, we were told how good we were going to be, and then look at what they put out there in week 1. I mean, the first 6 weeks of the season, I mean, we were so up and down and so wishy-washy.
We're going to get into that a little bit later and what may have caused that behind the scenes. But for face value, you know what I want to see, and I'm going to throw it to John Dorn right now. You know what I want to see because I'm sick of hearing how DJ Moore caught a touchdown on one of the worst cornerbacks in the whole fucking league. I'm sorry, but the Bears cornerbacks that they're putting out there against him, you're like, doesn't everybody score on that guy though? That guy's a bum. So I'm just hearing about it. I would love to watch Jair Alexander sit there and go, hey, I want to take that guy all by myself, jam his throat at the line of scrimmage like I did JJ and make him cry, and then I'll giddy on him real quick. What do you think, John Dorn?
Yeah, we got no passing zone in our fucking secondary, man. We still got the best secondary in the division. And shit, we got like one of the top in the fucking league. It's like they ain't doing shit, man. Especially with fucking Fields. If anything, Fields is going to try to run. He can have time to throw. I mean,
he's going to have no choice to run. That's all he's going to have.
I heard that Gary might be fucking ready for week 1. If he's ready, you're going to have fucking Smith, fucking Rashawn Gary, and Van Ness fucking going after him, and plus Kenny Clark. Oh my God.
Yeah, but you know what? If Rashawn Gary is ready week 1, I don't want him to play like Zadarius Smith. I'd rather him.
I think they'll slowly bring him in. I mean,
rotate him in.
I wouldn't mind him playing for.
It is nice seeing him in practices, though.
I just after Zadarius Smith, if he's not like, if the doctors aren't like, dude, this guy is full blown good to go, there are no worries, then let him play. Fine, give him a snap count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they're not doing that, and they're like, hey man, like we're still trying to mediate, then just, you know what? Just don't do it. Just don't let them play. Dude, sit down. We're not winning this. Well, I mean, I don't want to be negative and say, hey, we're not winning the Super Bowl this year, because I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But realistically, like in a logical sense, we're not winning a Super Bowl this year. This is a regain our
It's kind of a gauge year, kind of a gauge, you know, at the end of the season, gauge where you are, where you stand.
That's what I mean by like regain our footage. Like we were up here, and now it's seemingly we got knocked down because of what we lost. But
now we got to
show everybody we can get back up here. Then next year we could start, you know, whooping some ass.
I see us and all these fucking like rankings that we're the bottom and everything else. But it's fine with me. We got to earn ourselves. We got to go back and build ourselves back up and get everybody's okay. Wow, they are a good team. You know what I mean? We got to go there.
Everybody keeps telling we're rebuilt. We're not rebuilt. We're just unproven. Most of these guys have already been here. We just got to get them time. Got to get them some leverage, man. Got to get them some time. That's it.
Well, people act like, well, we're gonna go right to the bottom. Why? We still got the best defense in the fucking division. We still got one of the best dual fucking running backs. We're very, very good offensive line. We still got a couple of damn good receivers and some tight ends. I mean, come on, man.
So just real quick, we kind of don't have a choice but to talk about the Bears. We're playing in week 1, so I mean, what do you want me to say? We're playing the Bears week 1, so the Panthers, anyways.
Yeah.
What do you want me to say, man? I don't know.
Hey, Nick would only improve your show there, Mike, if he was on there. He could only improve. He's offered you the co-host job. You could only improve it.
I like this comment. I'm gonna throw it to Rob. I like this comment because this is true. The offense, like the Niners offense, is centered around the running game, which we do have. Unlike the Niners, I think we have a quarterback that is going to be able to alleviate if we can't run. But it's going to look a lot like the Niners, and I like the way that the Niners run their offense and play action. Like, what do we expect out there from this offense?
Well, honestly, man, everybody. The problem I think everybody has is they're all thinking we're going to be the same team, or not the same team without Rodgers. Okay, it was a Rodgers run thing. This is going to be all different. LaFleur is going to be hand feeding everything to Love. It's all going to be LaFleur's game plan. It's not going to be Rodgers deciding to check down and go another route and change the play in the middle of it. This is going to be a more focused team, a more balanced team. It's going to have purpose. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. I mean, yeah, we're going to run into plays where they don't work or so a play breaks down, but that's just because we got so many youngsters, man.
When I watch Love, I do think he's tailor-made for the play action. Like when he, especially like in that Eagles game, when he fakes that run and he pulls the ball back, you can see his eyes moving across.
Oh, he was already scanning. Yeah, no, he was already.
And then
he knew what he was going to do. He was more confident.
I was watching a thing where they broke him down on a few good plays and stuff. Where actually he's looking somewhere else, waiting for the play to actually open up, and the guy didn't even turn yet, and he's already got the ball right to me. I mean, the guy is so
picking up
focused.
that anticipation real good.
That's a perfect comparison to the touchdown he threw to Watson against the Eagles. What a lot of people don't realize is when he's moving that ball, the original play is to go to that outside tight end that fired out. He was wide open too.
Yeah.
Now, what would happen? Okay, just for example, look, we're playing the Bears. I'm going to talk about Justin Fields, okay? What would Justin Fields do in that instance? He wouldn't even look across.
He would have ran. He would have tucked and ran.
Off immediately to the tight end, or he would have looked to run. That's his enormous problem. Whereas Jordan Love, you can watch his eyes shift before he makes that play. His eyes shift to the middle of the field, and as much as you want to be like, you know, the guy was like far off, that's actually what the defensive play was made for him to do, was to back off a little bit and be over him. You know, it was a breakdown. It doesn't matter. What matters is Jordan Love saw the play break down, and he hit him.
Yeah, and he was able to recognize that and knew to go there.
Even broken plays, he's good.
He
stays calm. He stays calm in the pocket. Even if he gets pressure in his face, he stays calm. And you'll give a guy right in his face, and he'll still deliver that ball.
Yeah, and I talked about this a few times, a few shows. I'm gonna throw it to you, Ken, but a few times I've mentioned where he's almost so calm in the pocket that it's almost at a fault. Like when I was talking about a few shows ago, when in preseason people were like, he keeps getting strip sacked from behind, and I'm like, because the pressure's not getting to him. He's sitting in the pocket without any urgency. Well, the urgency is to get the ball out, obviously, and get it to your guy, but without any urgency that someone's going to drill him. And he's waiting in the pocket the way you need your quarterback to. He's moving his feet, making his progressions. I mean, what do you realistically expect from Jordan Love in this week 1?
Yeah. His pocket, before I go to that, I want to say his pocket presence reminds me a lot of Favre when he was with McCarthy and how he would stand there till the very last second. But not to where, he's making some dumbass play like Favre would occasionally do. But I'm really liking the way that Jordan Love is rallying the team behind him. I think they want to play for this guy instead of with Rodgers. It's, he's a superstar. He's just going to make me better. It's, I really love this guy. I'm going to give him my all. I think he's going to do pretty damn good week 1. I don't expect him to be throwing some 300-yard game, 4 touchdowns, but I could see him getting 2 easily, especially with LaFleur starting to tailor this stuff to him.
I think 2 is reasonable. 250 yards. I think that's reasonable to ask.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it too is like Rodgers. He hasn't thrown over a 300-yard game in over a year and a half.
Yeah,
but he shouldn't have needed to anyway. But that's the thing is we have great running backs. We shouldn't have to rely on the quarterback to do everything for us.
But you say that, and we're throwing the ball on 3rd and 1, and we're throwing the ball.
Well, but that's where I go back to. That's the Rodgers changing the play because he always wanted to pass. He trusts his arm more than anything.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. A lot of people like to when you break down what Love is doing, when the moments that he's actually playing in these games, it's his mechanics that I look at and I go, I really like the way that he moves his feet as he makes his progression. I really like how he scans the field. I like his mechanics a lot. I think, he's not like Rodgers. He's never going to be like Mahomes or Rodgers. He's not going to make these weird zip passes and shit like that. He puts the ball to his ear like a normal quarterback, and he flips shit. He's
got a good arm on him. He's got a very good arm on him.
Yeah, he's almost got your prototypical quarterback style.
Yeah. So that was actually interesting that you brought up that he's rallying his team together. There was posts in these groups where, Love's with his teammates partying when Fields is out there working.
When he's with the guys' wives and shit too. They're not sitting out there doing fucking rails on the boat. They're sitting there bonding.
My thing is, do you think that Justin Fields wasn't with his friends or his family on Memorial Day and celebrating as well? Like, what are you guys talking about? Not only that.
That's just hate, man. Packer hate.
We're jealous. What it is, we're jealous. We do got a better quarterback.
Quarterbacks never get buff. They never work out. They don't do any of that shit, and they destroy the league. Look at Peyton Manning.
That's what I was just about to say. Peyton Manning. The dude looked like a slice of damn bread with butter baked onto it. And one of the best quarterbacks ever.
I don't get when they show this dude shirtless and they're like, look at him working out, and I'm like, what's that got to do with anything, bro?
Both years he's been hurt. How many fucking times?
When you got to run so much, you got to pack that muscle on.
That's another thing. One thing I'd love to see from Jordan Love in his first year, in fact, his first 3 years, is to show his resiliency early on. And I would say in the middle of Rodgers' career, he started early on and towards the middle, he started getting hurt like a lot, 2 times broken collarbone, tore his calf, broke his leg, broke his fucking wrist and his hand and all this. Dude, it piled on and on and on. So Brett Favre too, as much as these guys both still played in the games as much as they possibly could, they were injured all the time. People forget that Favre, even though he kept playing, he was injured.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They got that Vicodin.
Yeah, I think 2005 was when he had the broken thumb.
Vicodin, what was it? Morphine.
Yeah, that dude was on everything, bro.
I wouldn't doubt if there was Oxy sprinkled in there. I mean, but
they were handing that shit out like fucking Skittles back then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I would love to see is in Love's first couple years starting, resiliency, get up after a hard hit. Please have bones made of milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't want to go from Iron Man to a Gumby.
Exactly. So, prediction for division records. Let's go with John Dorn. What do you think?
Well,
Division record, us versus the division, the 6 games.
Yeah,
that we have.
I got Packers actually taking the division. I mean, I'm not
No. What do you think our division record is during the season, though?
Our division record. I think it's going to be 4-2.
4-2.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with Dorn on that one.
All right,
I think the Vikings are going to get us.
I think the Lions and I got Lions and the Vikings. I got Lions and the Vikings.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rob?
The only team I see is going to give us problems is the Lions. And now I think at their home game, that might be the toughest game we got on the whole schedule.
One thing about the Lions, though, I tell you, I'm more scared of the Bears than the Lions. You know why? Because we can stop the Lions. I mean, look they only scored 15 points the first time and 20 the second. The only reason why we didn't win was because of Rodgers throwing those damn interceptions. All those fucking
But all of that's off the table. No Rodgers. There's no Rodgers. Our defense is better. Our defense is better. And I honestly think if we had Gary in that second game, I don't think they even scored that many points.
We made fucking Goff look like shit in both games. We always make Goff look like shit.
If we had Gary for the remainder of the year, we would have
been in the playoffs, fellas.
We struggled to pass rush at the end of the year there. Like our defense was picking it up, but it was mainly the no-fly zone that we were picking it up in. We weren't.
Yeah, we were getting
like
coverage sacks.
Early in the season, we were thrashing quarterbacks. Like Rashawn Gary was fucking getting in there. Like,
He was killing them. I know. Yeah, he was
an animal.
But our defensive backs couldn't fucking stop nobody early in the year. That was our problem.
Well,
we were playing that stupid prevent zone shit.
What, Dorn? Say that again?
When Wyatt got put in there, things started changing more. We started getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Well, I think it was
Lowry went going.
I think it was a tale of two halves where
we had a lot of those.
Early on, Barry's getting like scrutinized, like stop playing zone 99% of the game. And then it's like, okay, but you played zone 80% of the game and then 70% of the game. And finally, when you stopped playing zone even 50% of the game, all of a sudden, you know,
we're doing something.
Douglas on an island who's snatching everything out the air. You got Jared making JJ cry on the sideline. And like, just let these dudes just one-on-one these guys because we got the team for it.
Oh yeah,
you guys saw the interview with Barry, right?
For years.
What?
You guys saw the interview with Barry, right? This year already, when he talked about what he's going to do to get the offense on or the defense on point. Did you guys see that?
I've seen a few.
He didn't seem believable to me. Like I don't believe that he can. I don't think he can handle it.
Well, how many times after a game did they ask him questions? He was like, "Oh yeah, we'll change it up next game," and it was like, "Wait, this is the same exact shit."
Yeah.
LaFleur said he's purposely gonna be on the defense side more this off season and or into the season. He's gonna focus on that defense himself. So, he's gonna be there too, coaching with the defense and saying, "Hey, this is what I want done." You know, Barry's on a fucking very short leash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
One thing I would love to see LaFleur gain now that he has control. LaFleur has control. Nobody else has control of this team right now.
Right.
Now that he has control, I want to see him grow a set of fucking balls this year.
Yes.
This is going to be a telling season for a lot of things, man. A lot of things.
Dude, there were moments last year where I was like, dude, you like. First of all, look, as much as I love Aaron Rodgers and everything, thank you for everything you did. Tell this man you're the coach. Like instead, he just kind of sits there and he's like, I kind of have to let this happen. No, you don't. Like,
and listen to Rodgers fucking pitch at him. It's like, really? If I was a coach, I would have said, fuck you.
Why didn't you slam your clipboard down at least once? Like, you don't have to do it all the time. You don't have to get confrontational. But at least once, like, slam your clipboard down and be like, dude, that's not what I called. Okay. That's not what I said.
The last game when Quay Walker did that, why didn't fucking, Floyd walk up to him and fucking bring him up?
Grab by the face mask.
What are you doing? You know what I mean?
What are you doing?
Conversation with him.
Well, because he was worried that Quay would hit him.
He already done fucked up and hit another coach.
I think you do a lot better now. I think you learned from that lesson.
Yeah. I think Quay's going to be one hell of a linebacker for us.
I hope. You know what? I hope he has a poster of him crying in the tunnel on his wall, so he can look at it every fucking day and not be that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like, I don't play. I'm not in the NFL. I haven't played since fucking high school. But I know that as a fan who doesn't play in the NFL, that was embarrassing even for me to watch. Like, Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, I would like to see LaFleur grow a set of balls this year, man. I would like to see Love run LaFleur's offense. I want to see what can come to fruition because we got 2 great running backs. We got a good offensive line. If Rashawn Gary's not ready to play, don't let him play. Now that we've gotten all of that out of our systems, it's been the first 30 minutes of the show. Let's go ahead and let's move to what you guys really want to talk about.
I've been waiting, man. Been waiting.
So there was – well, you know what? We'll answer this question real quick first. I don't think Barry needs to be fired. I think this year will tell if he needs to be fired. I think give him this year, see what happens. I don't think he needs to be fired yet because of the second half. You know what's funny too? Last year during the shows, you remember when I said I fear that we were like, let's fire Barry in the first half of the season? I was like, you know what I fear the most is that, and I remember distinctly saying this was, we're going to have a great second half of the season defensively, and he's going to keep his job because of it. And now here I am sitting there going, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't fire him. Let's see what he does.
Well,
that was my fear.
You bought right into it.
We couldn't stop the run too well, and you know in the draft they got a lot of draft picks for the fucking front line. So let's see what you can do with that.
Yeah. So I think this is an interesting topic. Real quick before we get to this dark topic that you guys are so adamant to get to. David Bakhtiari, he said, it's disrespectful to say that we're not in a rebuild after you lose your Hall of Fame quarterback. And then he said, but I don't know, anything can happen in this league. So he's kind of what he's doing is he's backing up his best friend, Aaron Rodgers. He's trying to make it like, look, we lost Aaron Rodgers. We should be so much more detrimentally terrified right now because of how great he is. And I kind of get what he's saying. But at the same time, he's also sitting there and he's backpedaling going, I mean, anything can happen, right? Like, we don't know what we are yet. So it's like.
That's right. But let me remind him, the last season Rodgers was here is 8 wins. I'm sorry, man. That's not
he said, I heard him say too that it's pretty much there's all different kinds of rebuild. Like when you move on from Rodgers, you got to rebuild that offense. We are rebuilding the offense. Technically, we are. I mean, we're going younger. We're
faster, younger, everything. We never had this much speed we have never had this much amount of speed on offense at this many positions. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Go look it up, man. We never had this much speed.
I don't even remember with Aaron Rodgers coming in and starting. I don't remember being this young before. Like everybody.
Oh, no.
There was a while that we were the youngest team in the league for 3-4 years.
God, we got to be almost the youngest team this year.
We got to be close.
Yeah,
pretty close.
If David Bakhtiari wasn't on the roster, we would be the youngest team in the league.
I know who's our oldest player is 28, I think, or Bakhtiari's the oldest, but 28, I think, was Dylan. That's the next oldest.
No, Jones.
Oh,
Jones, yeah, Jones, 28.
No, Jones is older than 28. He's got to be.
No, 28.
Yeah,
28, man. They said it. I saw the article.
Yeah, he is. He's only 28. What's Bakhtiari, 32?
We got a third.
Yeah, he's 32.
You got what, John?
We got a couple people over 30. We got I think with the punter.
The punter. You got no count for shit. He shouldn't even count.
The
towel boy.
Football players here.
Yeah, no, the punter from the Cowboys. I mean, from the Bears we picked up last year.
Devondre Campbell's 30, isn't he?
Yeah, he might
29.
be.
29, 30, he's turning 30.
I'm telling you, man, there's not many 30-year-olds on this team.
I think there's 22 over 30.
Preston Smith's got to be 28, 27.
Yeah, I think he's somewhere around there.
He's 30. He's 30 this year.
Oh, shit. I didn't think he was that old.
So, look. All right. So, we got to the David Bakhtiari thing. I think he was trying to back up his best friend, but at the same time, I think at the same time, he's trying to be like, but we don't know if we're a rebuild yet or not.
What you said, too, this is this kind of year you just kind of measure where you're at. You know what I mean?
I do. I disagree with this 100%. There's no way that this is the make or break year for
them.
No, there's no way.
I don't think so either.
Next year
Put
would
it this way.
I think not next year, but the year after would be like his make or break.
After 25th, that's when what's his name's got to retire. So
If we have another season below 500 like we had last year, then I could see it.
Just strip everything, but I don't see it.
I could see it next year if we end up having a crap record for a few years in a row.
Murphy's contract's up after 2025.
I'm sorry, 3 13-win seasons is like the mark, bro. No one's got that. We got that. LaFleur's got that. That's the mark.
Terrible season. Like 3 games next year for
go up to Murphy, and then from there.
There's no way you give him Jordan Love his first starting year this year, and you're like, look, it's make or break. Like, there's just no way. It's impossible.
Yeah, I say he's got 2.
Next year, it would have to be like devastatingly imploding for him to be fired. I think the year after that, though, that 3rd year is where you're sitting there going, okay, now it's time to like show us we made the right idea, the right moves, like prove it to us now. I think that's when, because there's no way in the first 2 years you're just like, here's Jordan Love, good luck,
Yeah.
There's no way. All right. So we got through that. I don't want to read this bullshit.
That is like I couldn't even read it.
Rodgers gave Aaron Rodgers everything he could have ever. It's not true. What you're saying is not true. You always say shit like that. This is the same dude.
We just need to get into the topic we want to talk about, and this will address that.
He always says shit like that, and it's not true. He never has a good backup for it. Dude, just give it up. So there was articles that came out, and there was talks that were made, and there was things that people had already thought about and assumed years previous.
Yeah.
When everything was going down with Goody and Mark Murphy and Aaron Rodgers and all, personnel and management. And apparently it's starting to be highlighted that it was true that Aaron Rodgers was perfectly fine until Goody was making these decisions that Rodgers really did not appreciate and really had a hard time with. And I believe part of it was like getting rid of Jordy Nelson the way that they did and things like that. Like it was getting rid of Randall Cobb, and Aaron Rodgers spoke up and said, hey man, like that's not the right way to do things, to get rid of your marquee players for so many years.
Every team does it though. Every team does it.
I agree. Look, I'm not backing up Rodgers' feelings on this one at all. I get it's a business and he needs to understand it's a business, but in a humanitarian sense, I get where Aaron Rodgers is coming from, where he's trying to make it the best possible situation for his buddies. Fine, whatever. But look, it's the Packers, okay? It's not the Aaron Rodgersers, okay? So it is what it is, man. You play for the NFL.
It's not the Goodies either. That's the other thing.
But see, Goody's not making a Goody decision. He's making a franchise decision. He's making a team decision. So,
but
I think I'm
not 100% on that though, Nick. Honestly, I think Goody took this personal between him and Rodgers, and I think he took away weapons that like the whole thing with the Devontae leaving. They told us that they offered it.
Undersold him massively.
I'm talking about with like the Jordy and the Randall Cobb type of stuff.
But it's all the same thing. He got rid of all of his guys.
He's not doing that to hurt Aaron Rodgers. That was part of Jordy needed to go at some point, man. Like it was time.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing with the Raiders? He didn't do nothing.
So it's like when James Jones was gone, dude. It was time. Yeah, he came back and he had a great season with us again. But dude, it was just time at some point. So. I get what you're saying. We're going to get into that with the Devontae Adams part of it, because that's a big chunk of it as well.
Because that's a huge part of it.
It is. But I just want to start off with the beginning of this whole thing, this whole soap opera so apparently everything's fine. Rodgers is saying stuff that Goody doesn't appreciate, and Goody's saying stuff that Rodgers doesn't appreciate. Now there's a problem. And now, all of a sudden, this is where that one off season where Aaron Rodgers goes, you know what? I don't think I'm going to come back. I'm not sure. And everyone's like, what? Everything was just fine. What just happened? So that actually did happen, even though they amended it and everything. And Packers fans were like, maybe it didn't happen. Maybe it's just media bullshit. I guess it's true. I mean, you got a whole lot. Go ahead. And
it's media bullshit.
I think what happened too was when we gave him that big contract last year, he said, I'm going to be on. He was never at OTAs. He was doing none of that fucking shit. I mean, he wasn't fully committed. I mean, you can even see him on the field last year. He was not fully committed.
We're going to talk about that part at the end of the whole drama.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say Goody gave him a reason to believe that. Rodgers just didn't pull this out of thin air, man. He just
Yeah.
didn't pull us out of thin air. I'm sorry, I don't believe that you take the best quarterback and turn him into this fucking no.
Yeah.
Goody played something into that. Trading away Devontae, not even. I mean, that whole thing. We were told that they matched the offer that he got to the Raiders. Come to find out, Devontae says they were $8 million difference. We were told by our own team that we matched it. They took away Rodgers' best weapon.
True. We were told that we offered
Then
more.
we offered more.
Well,
Yep.
what it was
Yep.
more guaranteed money, and plus he wanted to go towards play towards.
But the point is, none of that was true. We never offered him more than what the Raiders were offering him, and we let him go.
What I read was what happened initially. The Packers were $8 million less, and once Devontae Adams said, "I want to be traded now. I don't want to be here anymore." They then actually did say, "Hey, we'll give you more to stay." So it was too late, though. So they did offer him that, but what they're doing is they're masking the truth by saying, "Well, we did offer him that." Okay, that may be true.
Yeah, after lowballing him for a year.
Yeah, after you screwed him over.
The point about it, he wasn't sure what Rodgers was going to do. He got sick of going up and down. If Rodgers was going to play, is he going to leave? Was he going to stay? He's like, "Fuck it, I'm out of here. Give me I'm going to go get my money and go play with my best friend, fucking." With Carr, and also guess what? He gets fucking traded or fucking whatever.
Carr sucks, man. Let's just call. He sucks. I don't know what Devontae was thinking.
Regrets 100% going to the Raiders. I'll bet you he regrets. I'll bet you he doesn't regret leaving Green Bay. I'll bet you he just regrets going to the Raiders at this point.
Yeah.
Well, he's close to home. That's what he likes.
So look,
I hate to hear that my franchise is like this, that they're shady. I mean, look, man, if you I understand the business side of it, and if you got to make a deal with somebody, fine, make the deal, but don't be underhanded and lowball a guy like they did to Jordy. They totally insulted his ass by offering him $3 million a year. I mean, come on, man.
Well, they did that because they were ready to move on. Like,
Okay, all right. Were we ready to move on, or was Goody ready to move on? Because Goody made that choice.
I think,
and I'm not going to say Jordy sucked going to them, but if he still had Rodgers, would he have sucked one more year?
We got to open the books up and see what the book says. Oh, we got to move someone here. We got to get some more money. Well, let's move Jordy. He's got to go.
But from Goody's side of it, you have to understand, as a brand new manager of the team, brand new GM. You're going to do things. Look, this happens all the time. You start flushing out the old and you start incorporating the new.
He tore down his stuff, is basically what he did.
I mean, I'm going to defend you in this, right, where if you're a brand new GM coming in and you're trying to put your ideals out there to make the team better and you're trying to make your stamp, I get why you're flushing guys out like Jordy Nelson. And
I agree with that, but
own players. He didn't want these old guys. He wanted his own new players. So, for example, Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, he brings these two guys in, right? Those were two big starting focal points of him being a GM. It's guys like that where he's
and then he goes out and gets Rashawn Gary, which thank God he did.
But that was a draft pick. I'm talking about what he's doing to
free agency,
actual personnel decisions. So what I'm trying to get at is I don't think those were malicious towards Aaron Rodgers type things. I think what happened was when he did that, Aaron Rodgers is like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? That's not how we've done things like the last 10 years that I've been here." So it starts damaging that relationship already between them. See what I'm saying? Because Aaron Rodgers, in his mind, I'm the manager. I'm the owner of this team, not you. In Goody's mind, he's now supposed to make all the personnel decisions. So it actually makes sense in this tale. If you guys remember when this started happening, when Rodgers decided he was going to come back, one of his stipulations was he wanted more personnel decisions. He wanted more power.
He wanted Cobb back.
So
how'd that work out?
It all kind of ties together, if that makes sense. Now, let's start putting our tinfoil hats on real quick, and maybe this is real, maybe it's conspiracy theories. Aaron Rodgers is now irritated. He's pissed off. He comes back and he wins MVP and he fucking kills the league, right? And that was a chip on his shoulder MVP. That was oh, you think that I'm not that guy anymore? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show to your face. The year after that, which was so we get now to last year and we suck. And he's missing throws that you're like, I've never seen him miss that throw in my whole life.
Throwing at feet. He's throwing at everybody's feet. Like, what the hell is he doing?
So now you're starting to watch all of this unravel from what we're looking at now. And in hindsight, we're looking at the season last year, and what it makes fans do is it makes them think that, did he throw last year? Is that what happened? Did he know that he was ready to just be at it? Like, what happened? Ken, you go ahead and give me your thoughts.
Knowing how competitive Rodgers is, I don't know if he'd fully throw it. I think when Goody didn't get him somebody extra, some veteran that this past offseason when Rodgers was there, I think that put an extra chip on his shoulder to where he said, you know what, you're not going the extra mile for me. I'm done doing anything but the bare minimum. That's
I think that happened in the mid-season. I think that came across.
I think he wanted all. He wanted to make sure
you guys remember all the drop passes, right? If I'm Rodgers and I'm hitting guys in the hands and they're dropping it. I mean, I'm looking at my management going, you took away my best player. You gave me these guys and they're doing nothing but dropping it. I mean, that would make me have a bad attitude towards.
Lazard was a fucking led our team in fucking drop passes.
I was just about to say. So with that logic, though, and I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you, but why the fuck would you want Lazard on your team again?
Exactly,
dude. I'm sorry, but Lazard, man, how many times third and 6,
dude? So many third downs,
critical times in the game, and it hits him right in the hands. He just goes. Dude,
well, when he had Devontae as the lead guy, he wasn't that bad of a receiver. I think with the pressure of him being the one, he just got too jittery and got way too much.
He's not a 1; he's a 4.
Yeah. I honestly see him as a number 3 option myself. If you can put him in an offense where he's not the main guy, I think he's okay.
He wouldn't be the main guy in this offense this year.
No.
He's not the main guy in the Jets offense either right now. So I don't know.
I think that's why he went there and Rodgers was okay with it, because he knows, well, if you're not the focal point, you can get it done.
And I think Kyle was there more as more like a teacher type. You know what I mean? Hey, this is how the offense runs.
He's the Udonis Haslem of the team.
Yeah.
Udonis Haslem is a basketball player for the Heat. He's still on the roster, but he doesn't play. He's almost like a coach. He's been there for like a million years, and
he's one of those player coaches.
So
he knows the offense so good.
Do you guys think, after everything we just talked about, do you think that Goody purposefully didn't draft a receiver and like try to help out? Do you think that actually happened?
No.
I think he likes defense.
Look, Goody's a smart guy. He's not going to throw the team. I don't believe Rodgers threw the team. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe they're professionals. Both of those guys are passionate about their job and what they do. Look, Goody's been on point for free agency, for drafting. I mean, he's had some questionable, personnel. Some guys I don't think he should have let go right away like he did, but it's a 50-50 thing, and you could argue either way. So I'm not really upset about that. But I don't think either one of them cheated. I just think or screwed each other. I just think that they needed to sit down and work this out. This could have went so much better, Yeah,
I think they both dug their heels in once there was a rift between them. And it's egos. To me. Yeah. Yes, I think this was a massive battle of the egos the whole way through.
Do you guys think that their feud specifically helped ruin our season last year?
Yes.
Like helped distort it?
It was a distraction. It was a distraction.
Him not going to OTAs to get the timing down. He didn't work with the young ones. All he did is throw.
Well, no, and that's on Rodgers. He should have been in there. He should have been in. I'm all 100%. Look, I don't care how many years you've been playing. 20 years, 10 years, 2 years. You get in there and make with your team. I mean, that's what bonds a team. The whole thing is it's a team, and you need everybody to bond together. The one thing I loved about Mike Holmgren when he ran the team, he would take them out to like field trips to bond the team. That's why we were so dominant in that time. It brings everybody together. Favre's out there making jokes. He's out there at practice with everybody else. Rodgers being a diva, that set a different tone.
12 did play with a broken thumb, but
I agree.
No, but that's what Josh said. But psychologically, I think we're talking. I don't think we're talking like physically. Rodgers is going out there and purposefully throwing the ball to the dirt, but it's almost like psychologically in the back of his mind. Do you wonder sometimes like, did he just give up at halftime sometimes?
Well,
Did he
it's
just
just like-
Yeah, I think he said, I'm tired of throwing the entire franchise on my back for you guys, in his mind, to give me just average stuff to work with. When if you would give me this, I would have been this ultra superstar, and you guys screwed me out of my highlight career. That's how I think he felt this last year.
Well, and let's all let's not all let's. Go ahead, John. Sorry,
It's like the Lions game. I mean, he fucking played so fucking like I don't know how to explain it. I mean, Bakhtiari, he just kind of flobs it. I mean, the Bakhtiari, he's like, "What are you doing?" And he got picked up by fucking what's his name, Hutchinson. It's like, "What are you doing?" You just kind of lobbed it. It's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
And Rodgers needs to remember that that's how he ended his career in Green Bay, is an interception in Detroit.
He always throws it. I mean, all his deep throws were way off last year. I mean, think
think
about
it's
it.
funny how Detroit fans like remember that a guy that doesn't even play for your team anymore threw this one interception to end his career as a Green Bay Packer. I'm like, okay, he doesn't play for Green Bay anymore. I couldn't give a shit. Like,
Yep. That's on Rodgers. That will haunt Rodgers.
Actually, Lions is a favor.
Jordan Love throws an interception, I'm gonna go, what the fuck, man? But if Aaron Rodgers threw an interception last year, I'm gonna go, okay, it's this, like, what the fuck? So
It's like what Favre's last pass was an interception. Oh well.
there was this Lions fan that was like,
So was his first pass. Remember that?
yeah.
So
No,
To
it
himself.
was
to
an
himself.
interception. It was a completion to himself.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it was tipped. I mean, what a way to start your season, your career.
That was a perfect start for Favre.
There's this Lions fan that was like, do you remember what Aaron Rodgers' last pass was? I was like, I also remember his 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. What about your quarterback?
yeah,
Remember when Jared Goff was in the Super Bowl and he threw a big old 0? 3 points.
that year that the defense carried his ass there.
Dude, you had an amazing team and you couldn't score more than 3 points, man. Like, but I got to be honest. Look, sure, get your kicks in, get your funnies in. It doesn't bother me. I don't care. He doesn't play anymore. If Aaron Rodgers still played for Green Bay this year and they kept showing that, I'd be like, man, fuck these guys. We got to get them this year. But because he doesn't, it loses all of that.
They wouldn't keep re-showing that. That would just piss Rodgers off if they kept doing that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Pissed off Rodgers is not someone you want.
Rodgers could sit there and cry in his bed for all I care. It doesn't matter anymore. He's
It
not
doesn't
there.
matter. You're right. He ain't a Packer no more.
Once you don't play for Green Bay anymore, I don't give a shit what you do or how well you do or what you. I don't care because it doesn't help my team none. I just don't care.
All these fans were like, "What do we do with our Rodgers jersey?" All right, you dumbass. He's a great fucking football player. You put that thing away. He's going to retire a Packer, and that's how it's going to be. You don't have to worry about Rodgers till he decides to quit, and then he'll retire as a Packer.
Oh, I used mine for a fucking garage fucking rag.
I tell him, give me your Rodgers jersey. You don't want him, give him to me.
Look, I had my Favre jersey fucking 6 years into Rodgers starting. Like why would you, bro? I don't know.
I don't get it. Right? It's those ain't real fans. Those can't be real fans, man.
Or something.
If you bought
you cheated on me.
No, but if you bought like an Eli Manning Chargers jersey, then sure, burn that shit. Like, why the fuck do you want that?
Oh, I have a Justin Fields fucking. You might have burned that too.
Justin Fields should probably burn his resume.
I'm not going to waste my money on a Bears jersey, bro. Not even just to even burn it. I'm sorry, just can't do it.
Sure, they're free every time, dude. You could go outside a Soldier Field and they're throwing their jerseys in the trash after every game, bro. But yeah, so this whole drama, this saga, it's fucking over. As a fan, like I don't play for the team. I'm not in personnel. But as a fan, there is a sense of relief, like kind of like finally I don't have to watch all these people on social media talking all this bullshit. And what happens too is I have to continually like, oh my God, you're making excuses and defending. It's like, no, what's happening is you're making shit up because you're swallowing what the media told you and you got it really wrong. You just make shit up that bounces off of what actually happened, and I have to correct you. And I'm tired of correcting everybody. Like, remember when he lied about being vaccinated? When did he say he was vaccinated? Well, he said he was immunized. Okay, so he didn't say he was vaccinated then.
All right.
So then when did he lie about being
Yeah,
vaccinated?
he was waiting for them to ask a follow-up question and never did. Okay.
Yeah, no, Rodgers was smart how he handled that.
He also had an interview after that, and he said, I knew that they were going to ask me this, and I knew the way that they were going to try to spin it. So what I did was I messed with them, and instead of answering the question directly, I told them I was immunized, and they took it and ran with it as I was vaccinated. I never said I was vaccinated. Like, he is purposefully doing this because he knows what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he said he couldn't take the vaccine anyway. He was allergic to something in it.
Yeah,
so I mean that was his reason. He was
it.
finding an alternative way, but that's nobody's business to know. That's his personal medical decisions.
And then
Well,
people are like,
He spent a lot of money on that.
Like, look, it's not he didn't break any rules. He didn't do anything wrong. The franchise and the NFL literally knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, he should be suspended. Oh my God.
Yeah, they were like, he should. Yeah, they were up in arms over that shit.
Look, if he said I'm vaccinated, yes, and then it came out that he wasn't, then I'd be
That'd
like,
be
all right, see,
that'd be an out lie. Yeah.
Then you should be suspended. You should be fucked. You know what I mean? But he didn't. That's not what happened. So my point was, this whole see what I'm saying? All that drama that we had to go through, we don't have to go through this shit no more. Okay. All that's gonna happen is our center Myers, I would assume would be our starting center day one, is gonna throw he's gonna hike the rock to Jordan Love, and we're gonna watch what he can do with it, and it's just literally gonna be football at this point.
I love it. I look. Our only concern right now is how are we gonna do it safety?
Well,
you guys think we're still got a shot at Amos because he ain't signed with nobody?
No, Jonathan Owens. I'm not joking. Like, the more I read about him, they really like this kid, Jonathan Owens. Man.
Yeah.
Really? He's that good?
I don't know if he's
him and that 7th rounder that we got, Johnson or whatever his name was. They've been talking him way up.
Well, and they've been talking up Rudy too. I mean,
Anthony Johnson.
Ford's been pretty damn good. Ford's been, I like Ford in there.
So we're good. We all think we're good on safety going into it.
No,
I don't think so either. I'm such I wanted to hear.
Yes, we're good at safety. That's
I just want to hear.
I don't think we're going to be terrible. Let me phrase it correctly.
Because that's my concern is safety. That's our secondary.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead.
I think we'll be fine. I think with Ford, you got nose for the ball. We're fine, man. With Savage, fuck yeah. Carpenter, we got Carpenter's he's all right. He ain't bad.
Did you say Carpenter?
Yeah.
Tariq Carpenter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. From
we picked him up last year.
Huh?
Didn't we pick him up last year? Carpenter?
I thought that we picked him up this year, didn't we? I know who you're talking about. Anyways, I think you're right. I think we did pick him up last year.
Yeah.
But either way, one of my big problems is like when I look at someone like Ford, can't tackle, makes bad angles. Savage has the same fucking problem, man. Like, you know
Ford, with Ford, I think what it is, he's trying to get those interceptions. I think, and he fucks himself.
Yeah, he did. He did play. He was a ball hawk at the start, and he was going straight for the ball at the beginning.
But then he reminds me a lot of HaHa Clinton Dix. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Darnell Savage. When we play man and our defensive backs are sitting on islands and jamming their receivers, Darnell Savage is perfectly fine at safety. At the tail end of last year, he was perfectly fine being in there. There was nothing wrong. It was the first half of the year he got benched because, dude, our defensive backs are getting killed and the safeties were just getting fucking burnt, man. And Amos was the only one that, I mean, he did too, but he was the only one that wasn't consistently getting killed.
Right.
But with Jonathan Owens, the thing that I'm seeing about Owens is he's kind of the opposite of Ford, at least from what I've seen. He's more of like we're going to put their receiver in a position to catch the ball and have to hold on to it, and he's just going to level the dude.
Yep.
So I like that about him. I don't see much ball hawking from the dude, but we got plenty of ball hawks, clearly. We got Savage, we got Ford, we got guys, we got
Nixon.
Douglas, we got fucking Jair, we got Stokes, we got plenty of ball hawks. We don't need necessarily anymore. So maybe Jonathan Owens can be that guy that helps us, in the tackling game. I don't want Nixon getting in like much at all.
Well, they're saying too about fucking bring Amos back. They don't want Amos back. They want younger, faster fucking safeties now.
That's right, Rob.
Amos is just he's not worth bringing back.
He was drafted for some reason. I thought that we got him from someone because he was undrafted. But you're right. He was drafted in the 7th round.
Yeah.
We also this year we picked up what's his name from the Niners, Moore, Javarius Moore.
Yeah.
I have no clue, absolutely no clue what that guy's gonna be. In fact, I don't think anybody knows who he is at this point or what he is.
Actually, more of a special teams player. I think
that's what I thought I heard, is that he was a decent special teams player, and that's why we picked him up.
Once that came up.
Makes sense. Well, look, he actually might get a shot if injuries start to pile up. We're kind of scarce at safety. We don't know what we have at safety right now. We'll see what happens. Maybe Carpenter gets a lot of burn.
Don't they got like 7 or 8 fucking safeties right now? So someone's got to fucking shine. Hope.
Like Ken mentioned, Anthony Johnson, he might get a few chances. Like, let's see what he does in preseason. I really was disappointed this year's draft that we didn't go safety a little earlier. Like, at least go top 4, like fourth round at least. Like, because there was a lot of good ones, man. But we ignored it, and we didn't get an offensive lineman. What the fuck, man?
That makes past 2 years. Yeah, but past 2 years we drafted three fucking past 3 years in a row, man. We always kept on getting like 3 or 4 fucking offensive line. This time to say fuck it, we got to get that defensive line fucking built up, and that's what they did.
I don't think our defensive coordinator values the safety position too much.
And
I think he puts all his eggs in the corner basket, and as long as these guys are good enough, we can just have average guys back there.
Gutekunst wants that fucking wanted to read, and he wanted two tight ends because he's going to attack the middle a lot more. See, with Rodgers, we didn't attack the middle because Rodgers was fucking he wanted to throw in the middle. He fucking got scared. He got picked up and shit or something. I don't know.
So we haven't had good tight end play for the middle in a while.
If you ignore the safety position, fine, but because there's a correlation here between defensive line and safety. In the middle, that's where you need your quarterbacks to really shore up. So if you have no pass rush, your safeties are going to get burnt. They're going to get killed running around the field, okay? So if you're going to ignore the safety position, fine, but you better make sure that we
seem to have loaded up on pass rushers.
I think they'll do.
But we better hit on pass rushers. You can load up all you want, but if they don't do shit, then
they don't do shit. That's right.
I think they'll see how it plays out they'll see how it plays out between the 6-7 guys we got, and if it comes down to it, if Amos still out there, we might just say, okay, if you play for league minimum, come on, play, But I don't want him back personally.
You're gonna see guys like I think Slayton is probably gonna fall off. He might go to a practice squad, and who knows what will happen. We still have Garvin on the roster, I'm pretty sure. And he showed a lot of promise and many, but last year was like, why don't you play him more when we had injuries? Like they refused to give him more. I don't know. I always thought that Garvin looked pretty good when he was always in. So you might see guys like Slayton and Garvin. You might see guys like that fall.
Slayton didn't do too bad at the end of the year last year, but with all our new additions, I think he's going to be a bubble guy.
He doesn't get enough reps. He doesn't even get anywhere near as many reps as Garvin's gotten for anyone to notice if he's worth it or not. So I could see him being a catalyst of the roster because we got Kenny Clark, we got Devontae Wyatt, we got Preston Smith. We got Rashawn Gary. We now have Lucas Van Ness. I guess I could see TJ Slayton getting in there, probably like like nose tackle or
Ignabari there. That's what his name is.
Who?
Ignabari.
Ignabari. So you got plenty of guys.
I was impressed with how he played last year.
He was a good fill-in last year as well.
Garvin wasn't at OTA. I could have swore I saw that he was on the roster still this year.
He's still in the roster, but he didn't go to OTA. I mean, there's
a lot of these guys are working out with professional trainers and shit.
Alexander didn't show up.
Wyatt has to fucking improve this year, else I'm gonna lose my shit. That was like last year when we had
He came on late.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he came on. I think he showed.
Well, from where he was when he started, he didn't even play hardly in the first 8 weeks of the season.
There was a reason for that because he was fucking getting pushed back 13 feet, like especially in the preseason. I swear I seen dude get like flattened out multiple times in like one possession. I'm not even joking. But you know what? Maybe he surprises us because Quay Walker, I remember in preseason, he was getting pushed back too. And I was like, dude, this guy's not very good. And then the last preseason game, he had like 10 sacks, 10 tackles or something. I was like, okay, maybe he could be good. And then week 1, week 2, week 3, the only bright spots that we had was Quay Walker. So everybody was playing
about Quay Walker. He's got to sniff out that ball a little better, man. He gets whipped, man, pretty easy.
Yeah, but he had a hell of a good rookie season, bro.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
That was a great rookie season. That was a great rookie season.
If there's one thing I know, it's that the Bucks are not better than the Packers this year. Wait, who's even your quarterback this year? Is it still Kyle Trask?
No, isn't it Baker Mayfield?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's Baker Mayfield, exactly.
Have you seen the fucking film of his fucking practice? He's fucking missing guys left and fucking right. It looks bad.
Looks like
it's practice, man. That's all. It's practice.
Wyatt dropped out of practice today. That's not good.
Yeah,
it's only fucking me, or it's doing now, I guess. But
do you know why he dropped out of practice? No, nobody.
Stubbed his toe. I don't know. I didn't hear he was out.
He probably had to go back to the locker room, take a couple of hitters, probably.
That's right. Another future Hall of Famer.
That's right.
We're waiting for Isaac to actually get on the show one of these times.
That guy Isaac, whoever that guy is.
I agree, but I mean, I don't think he did get. He got kicked out of the game. I think that was
bro. That they already done took care of that.
That was the suspension for the rest of the game.
I would not argue if he was suspended week 1. I'd go, okay, I get it. Like, you can't fucking do that, obviously. Like, come on. Like, it's like,
well, he didn't do it on purpose. He just pushed the guy that came up to him. That's all he was doing.
He still did it though.
Shit.
I mean, I didn't mean to drink before I drove, but
that's right.
I did it.
Yeah, but you're in it. I don't know. You're in the game. Someone comes up and kind of shoves you to the side. You're gonna kind of react.
Now that's just stupid, dumbass. I don't know who that is. That's a stupid comment. You see that comment? Baker's better than Jordan. Shut up.
Look.
That's why Baker's on his third team.
Yeah. Fucking bum.
This is 4th team.
It could be.
Oh yeah, it is his 4th team.
He's a bum.
He went to the Bucks. He went to the the fucking Browns, the Panthers, the Rams, and now he's on the Bucks.
He's a bum.
Oh my god. Okay. So I'm not gonna entertain.
You're comparing a stat from a starter and a backup, dude. Shut the hell up, you dumbass.
But when you are a professional athlete, whether it's baseball, did you see? I forgot who it was, but someone recently, a baseball player, a really famous baseball player, went to punch a fan and he kind of caught him a little bit right in the face in the stands. The fan called him a bitch. Of course, you're gonna be mad about that, right? But you can't go in the stands and go, "What'd you say?" and then punch him in the face. What are you doing? So it's like, if you're MLB, NBA, if you're fucking NFL, and I'm not gonna say NHL because who knows what the fuck they do, man. Like I'm pretty sure they don't care if they punch their fans. When you're in one of these sports, even if a guy is grabbing you and you're in the heat of the moment and he's moving you, you just gotta put your hands up and go, "Whoa, whoa!" You know what I mean? Like,
No, that's the PC thing to do, man. That's all that is, Nick.
Fucking hockey? There's no way, man.
Because if you're an American citizen and someone got in your face like that, you ain't gonna take that shit.
That's like trained boxers when they get into shit. They're the ones that are gonna get in trouble because they're the ones that got the training.
Yeah, if they got in a fight on the street and they had a fight coming up in like a few weeks, dude, it's like the UFC fighters. You can't, bro. You will go to jail. You'll lose your fight. You'll lose all your money.
That's only if the cameras catch you.
And cameras are everywhere now.
This is 2023, dude. There's cameras.
I
on
know.
people's
Hey,
zippers these
trust
days.
me, man. Nobody gets away with anything anymore.
Bro, people have like.
Our
People have,
generation fucking ruined it for all you guys.
you know,
Bro,
remember the
they have
pumps back in
pylon
the day?
cams for Christ's sakes.
remember, like on White Man Can't Jump. Remember the pumps that the
Yep.
shoes?
Yeah.
So they'll put the pumps on now on the shoes, but it's a camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, it is.
They got fucking camera
Dude,
buttons.
hey, eventually they're going to have one on the fucking flag that the refs are throwing, bro. Flag on the play. You can see the flag flying, catching the whole action right there where he's throwing it.
so I guess my whole point was, if he did get suspended, which he didn't,
Mhm.
I'd be like, I guess.
You could,
man,
yeah,
like
you
this-
could understand it.
yeah.
Gotta do is put a camera in the football, though.
It was an innocent thing. Oh, that'd be cool as shit.
I like the idea of putting the chip in it to where.
Well,
you
they
can
already
tell
have
you
everybody
if it's
chipped. That's how they get all those damn stats, how
Well,
fast you're running,
Well,
how fast the
I
ball's
mean,
throwing.
when it crosses the goal line or your first down to where you
Right.
don't have to measure this shit no more.
It's
until
already
it catches.
chipped.
Yeah.
Oh, so like there's a beam and like the
Yeah.
chip in the football once it crosses the beam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, who's this?
Holy
Oh, look
shit,
who
he's
it
on.
is.
What's your name and what's your fandom?
My name is Jeff.
It's Dave.
So Isaac actually, during that game when we were talking in the back chat during that game, he actually said that he liked that Quay Walker pushed the trainer.
Yeah,
I agree.
I wish he did again.
That's right.
I like the
Look,
aggression of
hey,
it. I can
you know
say
what's
that, but not the trainer.
You know what's funny about that is rivals are talking about, oh, let's bring back 70s, 80s football where everybody's tough, and now everybody complaining, oh, he pushed the trainer. Oh,
Well, yeah, I'm all for it. I want to see this shit get hard nosed. I want motherfuckers breaking their legs, getting bloody noses.
I want the
Right.
trainers to run out like they're in Monty Python with the helmets and the
Hey,
the
you'd
guy
be
behind
funny.
him with the coconuts, and he's like, "All right, let's go. We got to get him. Come on."
It'd be funny if that trainer got hurt and the other trainer has to fucking work on him.
Yeah. All the trainers for the trainer.
Or how about this? A trainer, he's got to inject his player, right? He's got to get some cortisone in him. He's got to dodge all the defensive players to get to his. Could you imagine him running and like diving and stabbing him? Ah, I got him! I got him!
Fucking
I wish-
Pulp Fiction 'em.
I wish we had the Men in Black eraser, so erase the part where he goes crying in the in the tunnel.
Yeah,
I seriously wonder if he's bipolar.
It could be.
Just with how rapid he switched emotions.
it's damn near schizophrenic.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Just the game just runs emotions high. You know what I mean?
Dude, you're
Yeah.
gonna watch him pick up a fumble.
He
and
wasn't paying attention to the guy when he pushed him anyway. He just was pushing away a body, man. That's all it was.
I think he thought it was actually another player. I think that's.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
why.
he thought
That's
it was-
why he didn't get suspended, man. It looked like that.
Yeah,
Even if it was
I think
another player,
Wyatt
just put
fucking
your
flipping
hands
the
up.
fucking ball like a jackass was worse.
Even if it was another player, don't push him back, dude. You already know the ramifications of this game. It's like Rasul Douglas. I get what you're trying, but why? Like, for what fucking reason do you need to go touch the? Why? For what
Oh, yeah,
reason?
it was Russell. I
That
thought
was
it
stupid.
was
That was
Wyatt.
stupid. That was stupid. That was
He didn't
stupid,
want to
man.
have another practice shot. He's like,
He was
fuck it,
thinking it was
he
Justin
ain't gonna have a
Fields.
practice shot.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm pretty sure Rasul Douglas is a better quarterback than Justin Fields.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, you see that news where Chicago doesn't even want the Bears?
Yeah.
Arlington Heights doesn't.
Arlington Heights, yeah, they
Arlington
switched. They don't
Heights.
want him there. Yeah, they don't want him there.
Chicago doesn't want him either. They're gonna
Well,
end up
no,
with
what they said was they could stay losing in Chicago where they're at. That's what they said.
Didn't they already buy that land? Didn't they already
They're
buy
gonna
that
end
land?
up. They're gonna end up the Puerto
What's up,
Rico
Evan?
Bears or some shit.
Yeah.
They'll be the first Canadian NFL team.
Hey,
call
Darcy.
They'll call them
Darcy can go to
Chicago,
the
but they'll
games.
be across the border. You know what I mean?
Darcy can go to the games.
I actually don't know what they're gonna do because, dude, their stadium is considered
The
I'm
worst.
not joking. I literally saw it was the worst stadium
Yep.
in the NFL. Like the moment that the Raiders even sniffed like 20s, they're like, all right, Las Vegas. You know what I mean? First time they did it, they went to LA.
How stupid is Chicago? Just put the money together and put a nice stadium in there, man. What the hell? You got multiple teams there. You got the Bulls. You got the you could have a big sports complex and make a huge stadium. That's the kind of market, man, where you got all that.
You got to understand, Chicago is the armpit of the country right now.
The Midwest.
I don't think that they even want to invest in anything at this point. They're just trying to like stay glued together. Like
You might have to go to Germany or something, or fucking some other.
How are the Bears have such faithful fans? I don't get it. They suck.
Could you imagine Das Bears?
The Das Bears, yeah.
Los Bears. Los Beros.
Yeah.
Barrows.
It could either be the Bears, or the Das Bears, or the Barrels.
Yeah.
Man, you see week 1 where they faced the Niners and like the line was all squiggly. Like they can't even like it looks like a stadium out of a cartoon. You know what I mean? Like it's that bad.
Looks like a football field from Ed, and Eddie. Like you going to a Bears game this year, John?
Hell no.
Soldier Field.
Maybe
Fort
go
Bill's
take a
actually
shit.
not
Probably.
that bad. Soldier Field.
The only game worth going to is week 1, and that's the only game worth going to that you would put up with that stadium.
I love how like especially Bears fans would be like, well, your guys' stadium is old, and you guys are sitting.
Yeah, we actually renovate ours.
We put money into it.
The reason why they have bleacher seats still, and I was reading about this, was it's consumer obligated, where a lot of the fans are saying don't change it.
Oh yeah, they love the bleacher seats.
That's what they got stadium chairs for, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what the stadium chairs are for.
The nosebleeds have the stadium chairs and all that shit. Like
yeah.
And on top of that, they're not even used. We're mostly standing when we're watching the game.
Yeah.
Dude,
I hardly sit at all at a game, man.
No one sits during the pack. If you sit during the Packers game, you're not going to see it because everyone's standing.
Everyone else is standing. That's the point.
Everybody's standing, cheering.
The whole party that they throw before the game, man, we were going to every alcohol tent and every fucking food
That's
tent.
the best. Packer fans are the best, man.
So I didn't need to drink during the game. Like I was like, I drank enough, and I was like, look, I'm not drinking during the game because I will piss myself before I miss any of this fucking game. Like I'll sit here and pee I don't give a shit. Like I'm not missing the game. So I had no beer, no nothing. But the before party, dude, you'll be plenty drunk before you even get to the stadium. So.
Yeah, 100%.
Packer fan party, man. Their tailgates are the best, man.
Dude,
amazing.
Bro, I stopped at like 10 tailgates on the way to the door to get in, man. Are you kidding me?
I've been to a lot. They shut down 2 whole streets just to do it.
You ever go back to a really cold fucking game where your beer fucking freezes? It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, we haven't talked about something, guys. What about 2025 when the draft is coming to Green Bay?
Yeah. I wouldn't mind going to that myself.
I want to go. I want us all to go. Let's meet up. Let's go to the draft.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna steal what's called Senior Cheesehead's hat.
St. Vince steal his hat. His staff.
Yeah, right. Then I'm gonna walk up to the Frozen Tundra man.
Break off an ice cube, ice stick off his face.
Right. It's an interesting fucking off season in 25 though, because think about it. Murphy's fucking he has to retire. We got the draft going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a big off season, man.
Do you really want to go to the 2025 draft though when we're gonna be picking last? Like,
yeah,
I don't care. That's okay, man. Bro, we gotta go represent our team. That's all it is.
We're gonna win the Super Division. I mean, win the Super Bowl. Then we got fucking Murphy's gonna be gone because we got to find something for him. And then we got the fucking draft. Man, that's gonna be fucking.
It'll be a great draft party.
We're all gonna go, and then we're gonna wait for 14 hours during the draft for us to finally be up, and then they're going to trade the pick.
Actually, Nick, that's not true. Questy's going to trade us a pick, like he's been doing every.
It'll be a top 5 pick by then for sure.
Oh my God, that guy is. Oh, I don't understand I'm not going to get into the Bears stuff again. They make fun of themselves by just doing what they do, so I don't need to make fun of them anymore.
Yeah, most of the fan bases do that. I don't have to post anything. I can just comment on stuff all day long. They put enough dumbass shit out there to keep you going.
You mean like this? Did you see this golden fucking amazing, super funny post? The dumbest person in the group posted, Josh Love over Jordan Love, and it was like, okay,
oh God.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, even their best quarterback ever is killing bears in the woods.
I did see that.
Oh, I love that.
They all twisted it around. Color saying the Bears season's over before it begins.
Let's do this real quick. Let's go from 0 to 100 just real quick. This is what this is
shit, here we go.
My last topic real quick. And if you say Green Bay, I'm just going to mute you.
Green Bay.
The two teams going to the Super Bowl this year. Early predictions and who wins it.
Banglers.
Did someone say the Banglers?
Ooh, that's
okay. So
I don't know.
Someone wants to go first.
I'm thinking. You got to give me a minute to think about it.
John Dorn, you're going to go first. Super early prediction. Let's just go for it, man. Because I will remember all your predictions. Trust me when I tell you that. I'll remember mine, and then at the end of the season, I'm going to go, see, I told you, fucks.
I think it's gonna be Eagles and Bills.
Eagles and Bills, and who wins?
I think it's gonna be Bills.
Ooh, you think Josh Allen finally gets it, huh?
See, I see Eagles and Bills, and I see the Eagles kicking their ass.
Okay. What about Isaac? Rob needs to think about it.
Yeah, I say Eagles and fuck it. Mahomes
again? Round 2?
You ain't picking the Jets? Nobody's picking the Jets? What the hell?
You think Mahomes and the Chiefs smack them up again or what?
Yeah, I think, I mean, you can't stop the ride until until it's fully stopped.
See, I want to see the Jets and the Packers whoop the Jets' ass.
That would be entertaining.
Yeah.
What about you, Rob?
I'm going to say the Bengals and the Niners.
Bengals and Niners.
I think the Niners did a lot this last offseason, and I think if they can solve their quarterback issue, man, they got a great. They're ready, man.
I think the problem with the Niners is they're little.
Those two guys on defense.
So I'm gonna go with. This is going to be half of my prediction last year and half of a new prediction, but
damn Cowboys! God damn, I knew it.
It didn't work out for me last year, but I'm telling you, dude,
are you really going to say the Cowboys?
It's going to be the Bengals and the Cowboys.
No,
oh my God!
You know
what?
I'm
here in Dallas. I'm right here in Dallas. They suck ass.
I'm sorry that you're in Dallas. I hear it's awful there. What were you saying, Isaac?
You know why he's saying Cowboys? Because Brittany has a pistol right next to his head right now.
Somebody's got it. Some got it next to his nuts or something, man.
I saw it last year before the absolute ridiculous Dak Prescott meltdown in the second half.
He's still the quarterback.
Dallas should have won that game. They should have won that game against the Niners. They definitely should have. If they did, I promise you that Eagles Niners game, if it was Dallas, completely different, drastically different type of game. And Dallas is the only team that could actually beat the Eagles. It's one of those weird things where because you're a division rival, because you see each other so many times, you have such a better chance of snagging them that one time. And I know that the Cowboys are the team that could do it. So that's going to be my early prediction. Bengals and Cowboys and Joe Burrow. throws 4 touchdowns, and 2 of them are going to be on Diggs, and the Bengals win pretty easily, in my opinion.
Icy Joe.
Yeah,
Wow.
Icy Beans Joe. Now, next week, it'll be Cowboys win. The week after that, it'll be Bengals win. So I'm sure halfway through the season, our predictions are going to drastically change. But last year, I said Chiefs versus Cowboys and Chiefs win. I got it half right.
That's going to be Packers versus Bears in Cancun.
Yeah. Packers versus Bears, and who can catch the most fish during the Super Bowl? Shit. So I only said that because I knew John was going to say Packers versus Chiefs, and the Packers were going to win 63-0 against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I already knew where you were going to go.
Hey, eventually that's going to come true, man.
Next year.
Exactly. See, this guy gets it. So when the Cowboys make the Super Bowl, and you guys are sitting there going, "Damn it."
There's always that one time. He's absolutely right. There's always that one time, man. Remember when Detroit beat Dallas on Monday night? They were the worst team in the league, but they still beat Dallas on Monday Night Football.
You know who I think is a dark horse for a chance in the AFC? There's 2 of them. There's going to be this is a super dark horse, but I could see it. The Dolphins. I could see it. The Dolphins look like they actually might be pretty damn good, man. Yeah. And then you got
they still got Tua Vailoa.
Yeah, but if Tua doesn't have his concussions and he's like perfectly fine, I can see it. But it's probably not.
The guy's a walking concussion. He can't walk anywhere without getting a concussed.
That's why I'm saying it's a super dark horse, so it's probably not going to come to fruition.
Yeah, that's super dark.
Dude, the Jags could definitely make a run, man. They almost did last year.
Well, I say the Jags had a better chance than them.
I wouldn't count out fucking Ravens, you know.
Yeah, especially if they end up getting D-Hop and Jackson can learn to actually spread the ball.
See, that's
they're not going to get D-Hop. I hope not.
The Ravens have the Justin Fields complex where I just can't believe in them because their quarterback. Dude, when the playoffs start, it's fine during the regular season when like there's open holes and missed assignments. Once the playoffs start and you're playing against teams that, like, for example, the Chiefs or the Bengals that are going to run your ass over and they're not going to make those mistakes. Lamar Jackson, the proof is in the pudding, man. Go look at his playoff games. He has some of the worst stats you've ever seen.
Is that like if you need 8 yards, you throw it 3 yards?
You know, if they got a veteran,
if he didn't have Andrews, he would be a city quarterback. Let me just say that.
If they got a veteran coach, like, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't think this coach can take them over the hump of the Chargers. I mean, if they got a coach that's like more competent than Staley.
Chargers got a good team too.
Yeah.
But there's times where I feel like Herbert's kind of doing everything at times, man. It's like it's all on his shoulders all the time.
Yeah.
Dude, you got to get away from that. Like, look at I know I keep bringing them up, but there's a reason why. Because look at it's a perfect example. The Chiefs, like on paper to start out the seasons, you're sitting there, you're going, oh, they have some holes here. But you know what they do? Throughout the season, they continually plug those holes over and over and over again. And every time the playoffs come, because if you notice, like the first half of the season, the Chiefs defense, it's always like, meh. But then the second half of the season, you're like, God damn, their defense is good. So once the playoffs start, dude, the Chiefs are always a finished product. They are always a finished product. So
they're well coached. Well coached.
Running game.
And Mahomes toys with people.
You know, like Bill, they already got that Cook, Cook's little brother. Why don't they go out and get Cook once they fucking release him? Go get Cook and get, Bills could actually use a decent running back.
Are you talking about the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills have no running game other than their quarterback, basically.
There's a big rumor Cook might go to the Dolphins.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
The Dolphins, dude, they're gonna have 50 running backs.
He should just go. He should just go join up with the Bills, man.
Yeah,
that would make them a legit team, bro. That would totally.
Here's the problem, though. I don't know if you guys have looked at the Bills' salary cap. That's one of their big issues right now.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Cook's not going to take $3 million a year. You know what I mean? He's not going to do that. That's every time someone's like, why don't the Bills do this? Why don't the Bills do that? There's a lot of these fucking articles that come out and say, dude, the Bills are in like cap hell right now. Like they're struggling. So there's not a whole lot of room. That's why their running game sucks. That's why their offensive line is sketchy because they can't get big names on those. Dude, Diggs is taking up a shitload of their cap for a wide receiver. But yeah, if Cook is, dude, if he's willing to sit there and be like, look, I'll reason with you guys and I'll work with you guys on the salary cap, go get him, man. I don't see why not.
Yeah, Bill's got 1.3 million, so yeah, they can't do shit.
Yeah, oh my God.
You would have to.
That's pathetic. 1.3 million. That's it.
Let me ask.
That's pathetic. They can't even sign a water boy.
You'd have to do $1 million guaranteed this year with 0.3 million in incentives. With 18 million next year.
Look at the Packers. It says we got 16 million right now, but I guarantee you we've only got about 3 to spend.
He's like, we can't pay you this year. We can pay you next year.
Yeah, it's like the hamburger guy. Like, you know, if you give me a hamburger today, I can pay you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, he could take the old Bobby Bonilla contract. You know, he can pay him like every year for like 40 years.
See, there's teams out there, for example, like the Dolphins, that will give him that money and they'll be like, "Come on over, buddy. We're not that bad." Or, and this would probably never happen, but I'm just making
your contract. You got a joke though.
Hey, let me ask the panel this though: what do you think what do you think about Sean Payton in Denver?
I think that he's ugly and his team sucks.
I think if anybody can turn it around, it would be Payton.
I guess we're going to find out if it's really Payton is a good coach. That's what we're going to find out.
He's innovative on offense, but like I don't think he really does much with defense. You know
how did Russell Williams take that team and tank so bad last year?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Because
come on, guys. He wasn't that bad for a lot of years. He was very good.
It's not innovation, though. It's not innovation at this point. It's adaptability. Because Sean Payton, it's not 10 years ago, man. Like Mike McCarthy was innovative his first couple of years.
Yeah.
Turned into dude. He's still.
He refused it. Yeah, he refused to change. He refuses to adapt. He refuses to adapt.
Dude, during the playoff game against the Niners, the announcer's like, "Isn't that the play they ran with Aaron Rodgers in that?"
Yes, bro. I watched Dallas a lot. I see the same plays.
Like, what are you doing? So it's
no. Do you see? Okay,
when adaptability.
When Dan Campbell gets fired this year, you think he's going to go over by the Saints or what? I mean, by the.
He's going to. Well,
what would get Dan Campbell fired exactly? What, a 3-win team?
He's going to coach the Los Beros.
Because right now he's the flavor of the month for them.
If the Lions win 3 times and only 3 wins this year, you can bet your ass that next year he's on the hot seat.
He always has slow starts.
Yeah.
He only has 12 wins in 2 years. I don't know. And he had a gambling ring going on behind his back.
Dude, he's the ringleader. He's probably in on it.
Yeah, no shit. He runs a circus. I mean, it's kind of like a gambling ring and a circus same time, you know.
We're going to have to keep an eye on that, like in his press conferences when he's like, "I bet we'll win next game."
I'm going to wear home face on my fucking shirt. It's like, come on, man. And then they do it back and forth. It's like, oh my God, you guys run a circus, man.
I hear they're new advertisements for Gamblers Anonymous.
We play kneecaps. All you do is suck on toes.
Hey, we all agree Jameson Williams is a fucking bust.
Oh,
he's a bust, big time, bro.
He had more drops than catches.
The best thing they could have done was suspend that guy for 6 weeks. That's 6 weeks they could actually maybe have a shot.
Right? They would actually have an offense without him.
Wait. The Bucks are your dark horse?
Oh, my God.
The Bucks? What?
Bucks. Have you seen?
Oh, he says He said Jacksonville is his dark horse.
If you look at the
and
OTAs,
Tampa in the NFC, what the?
If you look at the OTAs, there was like I think it was Baker Mayfield and the other quarterback. They were horrible.
I was just talking about this.
Yeah,
how he couldn't hit a damn
He couldn't hit the broadside of a bull's ass with a base pedal.
I just want Rob real quick to just in the comments, Rob, explain to us why you think Tampa Bay, because I actually think Tampa Bay might get the #1 pick in Caleb Williams.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
They're pretty bad.
They're pretty bad, man.
And they're looking to maybe offload Devin White.
Yeah.
That's their best defender right now.
He wants out bad.
Green Bay would never make that trade ever.
No, I wish.
Dude, we got $16 million.
We don't
Yeah,
we have Campbell and we got Quay Walker. We don't need him, but I don't know if we ran like a
Bro, come on. If we could get him,
We're stuck with trainer pusher.
it would be nice to see the defense worth more than the offense in this team for 1 year.
I read someone in our middle, man, like a big old fucking run stuffer. Before that. We need a good run stuffer, man.
Devin White.
He's a great run stuffer. It's just, I don't know. Like, we leave these enormous holes in the defensive line. Like, it's our interior line. It always has been. It's never the edge. Like, pass rushing, we didn't do it that great, but it's never like, that's not like our big problem. Our big problem is always inside. The interior line.
Our safeties are fucking one that gets burned mostly.
Yeah, and dude, go look at the statistics. Kenny Clark is doubled on.
He actually had a down year last year.
Oh, bro, he could beat it.
He needs to pick it up.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, it's kind of hard when you're the only guy that the offensive line keys on. Like, go look at the stats. He's doubled more than, dude, it's fucking mind-blowing when you go look at the percentages of how many guys he has to take on at once. Like, it's fucking crazy, bro.
Well, the inside is, you have to protect the inside, man. That's where the bad shots come from, the low shots and the.
Jay Slayton and Devontae Wyatt better fucking pick it up. I swear.
Yeah, you see when he's not doubled, he buried Kirk Cousins.
Well, look, you know what happened? You know what kind of happened last year when Rashawn Gary got hurt and our pass rush really, really fell apart. All they did was they keyed inside. They didn't need to worry about the outside anymore. If we can get on the edges and Rashawn Gary can get, 16 sacks this year, and Preston Smith can help us with like 11 sacks this year, and we got guys altering in and pass rushing, then what happens is the inside starts to open up. And that's when you'll see Kenny Clark get through, and all of a sudden Kenny Clark's going to kill you,
We need Luke Van Ness to be the He-Man, Master of the Universe.
Yes.
I'm being honest, unless Rashawn Gary is not going to be able to play the first couple weeks, I don't see Van Ness playing a whole lot to start out with. I just don't.
Yeah, I see him on the back half.
I can see them kicking him inside for obvious pass rushing downs.
He's going to be in the rotation week 1, guys. He's going to be in there.
I see him filling in the old Za'Darius role.
I'm not saying that he won't be in the rotation. What I'm saying is I don't see him. I see him being Rashawn Gary his first year, where he's just rotational. He's getting in every once in a while. He's getting.
You're right.
I'd say a little bit more than Gary, because I think Gary was more of a project.
I think
I'll tell you guys this though.
I definitely agree he's a project, but I think he's just a little bit more ready than Gary was.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys this though. I think Barry has a short leash. Like, the defense turns out all shitty, he's gone.
We were just talking about that. Remember last year?
Yeah, we talked about that.
This season, I said I have this huge fear, because we were like, maybe we should just fire Barry. And I was like, I have this huge fear that we're going to have a great second half defensively of the season, and we're going to keep him because of it. And that's literally what happened. And now everyone's like, Barry can do this. But so if Barry sucks this year, get rid of him.
I was put off by his damn interview he did a couple weeks ago. I mean, I'm not impressed. He's like, it's all on me. Yeah, no shit. That's the obvious thing to say.
Yeah, I think LaFleur's too nice of a guy. Like,
he
could have fired him earlier. We just talked about all that, motherfucker.
Yeah, he could throw some balls.
You need LaFleur to grab his balls this year. Be a fucking coach for once.
That's right. Throw a clipboard.
Aaron Rodgers is gone. So LaFleur,
smack somebody
grab your balls and be like, "Hey, this is how it goes," or else get the fuck off the team.
I want to see LaFleur throw a tablet like a Chinese star across the.
yeah. Throw the tablet at the guy.
Walker's trying to teach fucking LaFleur how to fucking have some balls, I guess.
Yeah, you don't need
that's
to
what's
wait.
going to happen, though. LaFleur's going to go up to all the players and be like, "Ah!" And then he's going to walk right by Quay Walker and grab the other player.
Yeah, you don't need like fucking Preston Smith going up to your office or Jair Alexander calling you out to change your defensive scheme. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you need to fucking really grasp that we have a young, fast defense right now.
This is also
did you guys ever check? With what's his name? Gray left. We picked up the other guy from Arizona, I believe. That his
Owens. Oh no, not Owens.
No, that's from the Texans. That's
Owens came from Texans. Yeah.
Was it the Texans he came from?
Yeah,
Owens came from the Texans. Yeah.
Okay. No, I heard that he's gonna try to do a little more different schemes, whatever, and I don't know.
So look, what we're talking about, that's partially LaFleur's fault too, because how many times did LaFleur get on the podium and say, I'm going to have a talk with Barry and we're going to go through changing your schemes, and then the next game, it was literally the exact same fucking thing.
Yep.
I just want to see LaFleur act like a head coach, man. Just take charge and say, look, it's going to be this way, and that's how it's going to be.
Stop being their buddies. Stop being the boss. Stop being the boss that hires their friend and then is afraid to fire his friend. Like, bro.
I want to punch him in his smiling ass mouth all the time. Quit smiling all the freaking time.
If he doesn't, here's the thing LaFleur's got to realize in his mind. If you don't grab a hold of this train and like figure this shit out, you're going to get fired. Like,
yes.
Barry going to get fired. You're going to get fired.
The fans will call for your head, dude. That you booked that shit. I promise you.
Yeah. I don't believe that Tampa. I mean, the Saints still look good.
They're going to win that division.
Yeah, the Saints are going to win that division, and Atlanta is on the come up.
I think the Panthers are the second best team in that division.
Yeah, Panthers are going to look pretty good with the defense and all that, and then Atlanta. Don't sleep on Atlanta.
Yeah, I think they're going to be halfway decent.
Yeah.
You know who's going to suck?
Bears.
The
Bears.
The Colts made the worst draft.
Yeah,
that was I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, dude. That was unforgivable. If I'm a Colts fan, I'm like, bro, I'm no longer a Colts fan. Let's pretend I was born somewhere else.
Well, that's just like the fucking Lions for that big fucking reach, fucking their first rounds.
Oh yeah, their first, and that guy's he's got a tweaked knee already. Their first round pick, he's got a tweaked knee.
I don't care what they say. I don't care what Lions fans say. Well, it's someone that we thought that we should have. I don't give a shit about that. You could have got him in the second round. He's not nearly. He wasn't even anywhere near as good as Bijan Robinson. Like not even close.
Yeah.
I thought you just.
And all those Lion fans, the Russell and all those guys, they all did not like that pick at first. They did not like that. They were against it.
The only thing he's got is speed. Otherwise, he never had 1,000 yards rushing in the 3 years he was in college. He never had. It was always like 800, 900, 800. I think it was like that. Nothing over 1,000.
Look, they wanted
speed.
Everyone knew that the Lions wanted Bijan Robinson. That's who they wanted, and
they did.
So he got drafted earlier. And
but they could have got
compensated for that by drafting this fucking bum instead.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, they put up like one stat from PFF, like a cherry pick stat. Oh, look, he's better than Bijan Robinson. No,
no. He's better every Tuesday when he wears his jock strap sideways, like
look, while tugging on his right earlobe.
This is why this is just this was unforgivable to me. If you're a Colts fan. You chose Anthony Richardson. Well, they traded up for him. I believe it was the fourth pick, and they traded up with the Cardinals, I think is what happened. I believe that's what happened. This guy, in the 12 games that he started last year as Florida's quarterback, 2,549 pass yards, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. and this is
screaming.
This is college.
Yeah.
This is not the NFL. In college,
that's not impressive at all.
And shit, you know what I mean? Like, 17 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in 12 starting games, 2,500 passing yards, and his completion percentage was 53.8%.
12 games.
So you traded up for the fourth pick, and you gave up a lot for that pick too, to get this guy.
Well, that's the bad part is how much they gave up.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even if you got a tip and you think you got a guy, man, you especially if he's that far out like that, you should not have paid as much as you did.
And on the other side,
I'm not a Colts fan, and I'm wiping my eyes like I'm frustrated about this. Go ahead, Isaac.
And on the other side, let's call it the Titans. I mean, there's footage that came out in the OTAs. Will Levis, he looked horrible.
Hey, you see that? You see. Did we really have a visit with Leslie Frazier?
Yes, but it was a part of some program.
Yeah,
that he visited like 4 other places too.
Nothing.
So I was like, no, we didn't visit with him with like, hey, do you want to coach? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm. I think that would have been newsworthy if that was the case.
Yeah, no, we don't want to be the purple dick eaters.
Yeah, I was going to say, I remember him with the Vikings, and I didn't like him then.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that was my big irritating moment where I.
So what do you guys think about Justin Jefferson not going to OTAs and wants big money? He wants over $30 million a year.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they're already no. He wants more than 30 because Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. What is their cap at right now?
Dude, they don't have a good cap, right?
No, I thought they were on the other end of it. Is what I thought.
No,
really low.
They got 9.7. They got to sign their draft picks yet with that and everything else.
We only got 5 draft picks.
Doesn't pay Jefferson doesn't kick in until like 2024 or something like that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I read. I mean, I guess Viking fans are saying it, that they don't have to pay Jefferson until 2024 if they come to a deal.
Yeah, but if he holds out, that's going to affect the shit out of him.
Oh yeah,
the Vikings have 9.7.
Because next is he won't be in training camp if he doesn't get this contract on you. That's what we're going to be hearing. That's going to be there.
I heard he got pissed that they picked up Addison.
Yes, that's why, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's just like picking up Jordan Love for Rodgers.
Yeah.
It's the same
if I
thing.
If I were the Vikings, I would trade Justin Jefferson for
I would too.
coffee mugs. You know
He's worth the money. You could get something for Jefferson. You could get something for his ass.
I mean, I'll
take him
for fucking a bag of fucking candy for fucking
They're
to keep
good at-
Jefferson. You know what I mean?
Okay,
They're
so
going
look,
to fucking do a total tear down rebuild pretty soon here. They have to.
it's impossible that they don't have to pay him until the year after. There's no way because his base salary next year and his cap hit next year is already $19.7 million.
Man,
You're saying that you just don't have? No, that's not how it's going to work. They will re-sign or restructure an entirely new contract.
That's what he wants.
Hey, the funny thing is, Vikings is saying it's not a rebuild when they're losing every single damn player on the team.
It's not a rebuild. It's a close down. It's a closeout sale.
They're like, it's not a rebuild. Have you ever heard of an implosion?
It's pretty much what the Bears did last year and got rid of everybody that was worth anything on their team.
That's the Bears' only chance of getting out of the basement is when the Vikings.
And that's not even a good. Hey, I'm sorry to say, man, that's not even a good strategy to just tank a season just so you can. It hasn't been done well in the past.
I don't think they actually tank. I think Fields just sucks that bad.
Well, no, but I'm saying he got rid of Roquan. He got rid of every good player that was on that team.
Yeah.
To force them to be a 3-win team. I mean, seriously, man. He took out
first team All Pro this last year, who was claimed the best linebacker in the whole entire NFL last year, and they somehow replaced him with 2 mediocre guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember they were saying, "Oh, Edmonds is better." I was like, "Are you fucking high, bro?"
Right, yeah. No, that's-
bro.
And they way overpaid for him.
And yeah,
you know
they're trying
what?
to say. I mean, even though he's a Wisconsin player, they're trying to say Sanborn is better. Sanborn is not better than him. Because he's not.
He's not, bro.
You know what? Christian Watson's better than Calvin Johnson. I'm sorry.
The new improved Megatron.
So with Justin Jefferson, it's actually interesting because would you actually want to pay him that much and keep him if you already know, like, dude, let's be honest, Kirk Cousins is gone after this year. He's not coming back. They're moving on. Do you actually want to keep Justin Jefferson and pay him that much? I wouldn't at that point. Dude, just redo the whole fucking thing. Like, it was great that you had the best receiver, top 2, top 3, whatever you want to put him. There's a scramble right there in the top 3.
I'm thinking that's why they got Addison in the first.
Well, honestly, what's the thinking here? These guys. No, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No,
they need a defense. Well, I'm just saying because they need a defense bad, and they go and get Addison. It's like, something's fishy, man.
Well, that's what I was questioning when Isaac posted that this morning. We were talking about it. I'm like, so are they planning on parting ways with JJ because they went and drafted this guy? I mean, if he's as good as JJ, you just reset. You're just resetting it, you know?
Yeah, I think that would be stupid if they let him go.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think they do that.
Yeah, there's no way.
For me, it looked more like they lost
over.
Thielen. They were replacing Thielen. That's how I took it when they
Yeah,
drafted.
Yeah.
No, that's what they claim. That's what the fan base claimed that their first pick was when they're the 31st ranked defense, and they go offense.
When you're rebuilding,
Yeah, but Addison, let's be honest, Addison potentially could be the best receiver in the draft. He really could be. He was number one for a while, and after all of the camps and all that shit, he dropped a little bit. He could be the best receiver in that draft. So, I mean, is it a reach? I don't think it was a reach. Was it crazy because you need defensive players? Sure, but at the same time, maybe he was the number one guy on your draft board at the time.
Yeah. I think the Vikings are playing like the Bears. They're going to tank this year.
Yeah.
The Vikings are tanking this season. And I don't understand. The fan base seems to think they're going to win 11, 12 games. Okay, if you win 11, 12 games and then get rid of Kirk Cousins next year, you guys aren't going to get a good quarterback.
If they were going to
tank that regardless.
If they were going to tank, though,
regardless.
Dude, there's no way, because if you were going to tank, get rid of Cousins now, just cut him now, get the number one pick and get Caleb Williams and move on.
Yeah. Well, they know Cousins ain't coming back because he said he'll even take a pay cut. And they're like, nah, you can keep your money.
If you're smart, they would actually fucking call 49ers and say, hey, what do you give me for him?
Well, all right, what? This is Cousins' sixth season. He's only made the playoffs twice out of the first five. I mean, one more season.
49ers.
I don't think they're making the playoffs this year.
If they don't make no splash this year, you got KJ Osborne, you got TJ Hawkinson, you got Addison, you got Jefferson, you got all these fucking guys, man. If you can't make it work, I don't want to hear about the defense right now. What I'm talking about, even if they lose, if Kirk Cousins does not perform, because in that playoff game, he fucking sucked against the Giants, right? Against us, our last game, he fucking sucked.
He sucked. Yeah, he sucked.
You individually break down, then you just gotta go, man. You just gotta get, dude. How long has it been now? 7 years, right?
Yeah, they're all good, real good.
Look at Jefferson alone won them 10 games.
Yeah.
And Jefferson alone won them 10 games.
How long do you keep a guy like that until you finally sit there and go, you know what, man? It's just not in the cards, bro. It's not gonna work.
Especially after you give up your best running back, you're gonna give up your running game now. I mean.
Especially now
they're going to key in on Jefferson now. I mean, if your run game is no threat.
I think Madison's good, but I don't think he's going to be great or nothing like that. I think Madison's good. I think he could be good.
I think he's a good complimentary back. Can he hold the load for a full season? That's the thing.
Cousins to me is like another Romo. You know what I mean? Good for like a regular season QB, like puts up big stats, and when the playoffs comes around, or the primetime moments, like they wither away and die.
Yeah, Romo's better and more gifted and more talented than Kirk Cousins ever could have dreamed of being. Romo had one hell of a fucking arm, man. He mentally just wasn't there. Kirk Cousins is kind of limited in certain ways.
But Romo was ass in the playoffs. Like he wasn't really that good.
Because ever since he dropped the fucking field goal,
the fumble snap.
Since then he mentally just fell apart, man. So what I'm saying is
concussions.
Romo reminds me a lot of like a Matt Stafford. Like the arm talent's there. Like that dude is a fucking slinger. You could see how good he is, but every time the moment presented itself, you just withered away. And even in the Super Bowl, Stafford wasn't even that good.
Oh,
no, it wasn't that good. Remember, he started off with 2 interceptions.
But it took 15
the Rams put
on the last drive, and the worst penalty I've ever seen in Super Bowl history, where the linebacker made the best defensive play he could have possibly made without causing a fucking, and they threw a flag on 3rd down. It should have been 4th down, kicking a field goal, but no, they fucked up, dude. That Super Bowl was fucking trash in my opinion. It was great until the end, is what I mean. The very end ruined it for me.
And then they threw it to Cup 95 times. And
offense didn't win that game. That defense won that motherfucking game.
Yeah.
That defense.
They're so lucky, dude.
They had the best players money could buy, man. They had Miller. They had OBJ. They had
broken badly. Like if if Burrow had about 0.5 seconds before fucking
he had
got
Chase
there,
wide open
touchdown. Ramsey got broken badly. Like he was laying on the field, like as
they
as
tried.
Jamar Chase is running down.
They tried. They double teamed Aaron Donald on that play. It's just impossible to stop that.
You know what it reminds me of is like that fucking Diggs miracle touchdown. Where basically almost reminds me of that. But
With
this time
Case Keenum?
Ramsey actually fell. I mean, so
Against the Saints, right? With Case Keenum in the playoffs.
Case Keenum, the best fucking.
What you're talking about when Case Keenum closed his eyes and threw it up, and Saints fans were like, "We're gonna win finally." And they went, "Oh my god, not again!"
I remember that they focused in on his eyes. He really
that one song was playing. They did.
They did a replay a million times in this. Before he threw the ball, he closed his eyes and threw the ball.
That's why, like, how can Viking fans hate Diggs, dude? He fucking literally provided you the best playoff moment in your history, fucking
he
for a
told the
long
truth.
time.
Because he told the truth and said he didn't like the culture, he didn't like being there, and
he didn't like Kirk Cousins. He thought Cousins was a dog, and he's right.
He's never yelled at Josh Allen like that before.
Nope.
Exactly. That's the funny thing.
Well, there's 6 minutes left. You guys get out whatever last sentiments you want to get out. I know that you guys want to talk about. Oh, go ahead, real quick, Isaac, just for just a minute. All the shit that came out about Goody and Rodgers. What do you think?
You know, I knew this was going to happen. Because,
And Devontae
you know what I mean? Yeah,
three.
like if you're not talking to each other, like things are going to be said. You know what I mean? And you could tell Rodgers was affected by Jordan Love being drafted. You know what I mean? It was just he was basically holding it in. You know what I mean? Until he got traded to say something. Because
He did a good job with it, though. At least Rodgers was like respectful and nice to Love, and he didn't berate him. He didn't down him. I thought that was
being
cool.
Rodgers. You know, just being a professional. Like if you're a contracted player by a team, you just keep this shit within you. You know what I mean? You don't let it out until you're traded. And you know what? He said his piece. Goody said his piece. Let's move on. You know what I mean?
At least they're not talking about it anymore. That's one thing that kind of sucked with the Favre thing. Once Favre was gone, dude, it just kept dragging and dragging and dragging. And every time you saw Favre at the podium, he's like, well, you know, the Green Bay Packers. You're like, dude, shut the fuck up about the Packers, bro. You don't play for them anymore. At least with Rodgers and the Packers, Rodgers is like, you could see it in his demeanor, his face.
Yeah.
He's on a different planet now. He's 100% somewhere else, and he doesn't care about us anymore.
Yeah, he's doing videos about the Jets winning the Super Bowl.
See, the thing is about Favre is media wasn't as prominent as it is now. You know what I mean?
And
Because
if it was, it would have been 10 times worse. Favre would have used that to his advantage.
Oh my God, yeah.
Man, he would have been making commercials trying to talk shit about Green Bay. You know what I mean? Super Bowls for the Jets. But oh God. But my point is, like, I think Rodgers did this amicably, as amicably as he possibly could. You could see the frustration in both sides, but he didn't shit on Love. He keeps even to this day he says he likes Love and he thinks he's gonna be good. Like
see Rodgers, even in his retirement, you know what I mean, like, or basically, you know, his goodbye to Green Bay, he even put Gutekunst, you know, as a name in there. You know what I mean? He could have been like that shallow person and not even put Gutekunst's name in his goodbyes, but he did put him in there, you know. So he handled it professionally until he was officially off the team, and then he said his piece. You know,
it just sucks as a Packer fan to have to know that all that shit went on behind the scenes, man. It just really sucks, man.
Yeah, it just
well, it's like a point. Rodgers thought he was bigger than the G, and guess what? G says, "Fuck you." You're
but
not.
Gutekunst said the right thing too. He said one day we're gonna retire, you know, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So,
he's gonna end up being a Packer, man. That's just how it.
Yeah. So both sides like did their punches, but both sides agree that, you know, there could be that relationship could be salvaged later on down the road.
I think it's one of those things where it's like you don't have to like each other, but you can respect each other.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree is basically what it is.
This same shit happened behind behind closed doors when Favre and Ted Thompson was there, bro. Like this happened before.
It happens in every fucking football fucking stadium, man.
Yeah, but I don't think Rodgers will ever go play for a rival team to finish his career like Favre did.
Rodgers is looking at us going, you know what? I'm gonna purposefully fuck you. Like I don't think he's doing that.
No, I don't think so.
Minnesota, don't hold your breath. Rodgers is not coming.
He's not coming to play for you guys.
Like with Favre, even when he was on the Jets, he couldn't stop talking about the He couldn't stop. He just couldn't stop being like, I'd still love to play for the Vikings. I'd love to play for a. He kept doing that shit even while he was on the Jets. So Rodgers, I think he's just like, dude, I'm just a Jet, and that's it. That's all there is to it. I'm probably gonna retire here now.
Yeah. No, I mean that's what it is. It's both sides said their piece, and Gutekunst left it on a good note. Like he said, Rodgers can come back and we're gonna retire him. And then like I said, Rodgers left that retirement or like basically that farewell speech and put Gutekunst's name specifically, like thank you to him. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but Good pretty much told him to go fucking pound sand.
Yeah, no, it was pretty much they pretty much ended it. So
it's kind of like, do you honestly think that Alex Smith and the Chiefs just shook hands and were like, "Cool"? Like, what happened behind closed doors? The management was like, "We got this new kid, and we've given you a lot of time." And Alex Smith is kind of like, "Dude, I've been carrying you motherfuckers like for a minute now. We've got to the AFC Championship game even." And he's sitting there. He's probably sitting there going like, "Fuck you guys," you know what I mean? Dude, it happens all the time. Like you said, John Dorn, this happens all the time. The only difference is the media loves Aaron Rodgers, so this is times a million.
Why could this happen a year ago? We could have traded him like
it would have been so much better a year ago.
Season.
I'm glad that it didn't, because the fact that he sucked last year and we sucked last year, it gave me better closure. If we would have did it last year after the MVP season, I'd have been sitting there being like, dude, what the fuck? We could have done different than this. But
I think there's more fingers that needs to be pointed at Mark Murphy, because Rodgers did say in that radio shows that those interviews that he did, like, yeah, he wasn't really accepting Gutekunst's calls, but he was expecting Mark Murphy to call, and he never did. You know what I mean? And then Mark Murphy is going on interviews saying, yeah, I tried to reach out to Rodgers, but I think that's a bunch of hogwash.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't really.
I don't believe anything they say anymore after what we saw last year. I'm sorry. There's too much.
Mark Murphy
it's not really Murphy's job, though.
No,
I think
both sides are elaborating the truth. I think both sides have skeletons in their closets about this, and both sides hope, like I'm saying, like luckily both sides are just sitting there going, all right, let's shake hands and just move on, like, because I don't want to hear about this shit no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because Mark Murphy did the same thing with Ted Thompson. It's like, Ted Thompson, you handle this shit. Like, and now he expected Gutekunst to handle that shit. He's like, hey, Gutekunst, you handle that shit. You call Rodgers. You know what I mean? He could have called Rodgers himself, Mark Murphy, and be like, and let him know. Either
I just wish Mark Murphy. I wish Mark Murphy would get some braces. I'm not even joking. I can't watch him anymore.
He'll be gone soon.
They always are. Hopefully, we get another Ron Wolf, huh?
Oh man,
he's got.
We can only dream. We can only dream of that.
He's got the same barber as Mark Davis.
I think might get the job.
What's up with the Dumb and Dumber haircuts throughout the fucking GMs in the league?
Hey man, I'm going to say this to you guys: if Rodgers wins a Super Bowl this year, you guys better not become New York Packer fans like the Lions did when Matthew Stafford won.
I probably wouldn't. It depends who he's playing in the Super Bowl, but I probably wouldn't even root for them.
If he makes it there, I'd root for him to get his Super Bowl if he makes it there.
I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to sit there and hope at the beginning of the year.
He's not going to make it there.
I want to do. I'll be fucking going. Come on, throw an interception. Throw the guy's feet. Throw the guy's feet.
I'm such a jealous ex-girlfriend type person. Dude, I'm not gonna hate Rodgers and I'm not gonna root against him, but it's gonna look bad on us if he wins a Super Bowl with the Jets. So I
honestly don't think that it would. I think it's just
not going to look bad on the fans. It's going to look bad on the management, on the organization is what it's going to look bad on. It's going to look bad on Gutekunst and Murphy, and if that's how it happens, then that's how it happens.
We have a golden opportunity. We can be like, hey, we can claim that Super Bowl like the
Lions. That's what I'm saying. Don't do that. Don't do that, fellas.
I'm not doing that shit.
I'm not claiming it like it's a Packers one. I'd just be happy for him that, hey, you got your two so you can get some of the respect you deserve in the quarterback rankings type of thing. Other than that, I could give a shit less, honestly.
So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give each of you 30 seconds. I'll give you 15 seconds to say whatever it is that you want to say real quick. John, you go first.
Fuck the Bears. Same old Lions. And Vikings just choke.
All right. That was a good 15 seconds. Ken, go ahead and give us – here, give me 1 second to pull you back in right here. There we go. All right, Ken, so you're going to give us your last sentiments, 15 seconds before we end the show.
All right. What I want to see this year is a little bit of aggression out of most of our players, besides Quay Walker going nuts. I want him to control his aggression, but still keep it. I'd like to go to where teams are fearing having to play us, to where, oh, it's not going to be these easy, we're just going to run it down your throat type of thing.
All right. So we're going to go with Rob next, and then Isaac, you're going to be the last one to sign us off.
All you people better get ready. Jordan Love's here for the next decade. The Packers will be back at the top spot running the North. Watch.
I like that.
And then Isaac, what do you got to tell us?
Man, the speed of this team, they're already saying the speed of this team is going to be great. You're going to have to deal with this. Don't think we're gone.
We're not gone.
Don't think we're gone. We're Green Bay. Go Pack, go, baby. Get ready.
All right. I'm going to end it with the floor. Grow a pair of balls this year. Barry, watch your ass. You better do what you're told. Please listen to us for once, because sometimes the fans kind of watch the game and kind of know what's going on just a little bit. And I'm also just going to say week 1 we're winning. We're winning by 3. I know you guys think we're winning by more. We're going to win 23-20.
We're destroying the Bears, man.
We're going to win no matter what. I don't care how much it's by. I don't care if it's by 0.001. We're winning.
What's Isaac's week 1 prediction? What's your week 1 prediction?
Can I say one last thing, though?
Yeah, your week 1 prediction, and then say something.
Oh, my week 1 prediction is 30-21 Packers.
That's a little closer to me and John, but all right.
Now
and by then, what I was going to say, speedy recovery to Bill, the Packer fan.
Yeah, speedy recovery, Bill. We love you. We miss you, man. Get back here.
Here's out there, buddy. I've been talking to Bill. He's back home, so he's good.
Oh, good.
I'll talk to him.
Oh, he is home? That's good. That's good. He's home.
But hopefully he's on the next show. We hope. But, speedy recovery, brother. And thank you, everybody, for watching the Frozen Tundra Network. Be with us during the season. We're going to show live games again. And we're going to have some funny commentary. As long as John Dorn doesn't, give away the plays. Every game, he is like, oh, damn. I'm like, dude.
That's because he's right there, man. He's practically in the field.
The whole show is like this.
He's looking over his backyard. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was a good play.
TV the whole time. But we're gonna have a lot of fun this year. Seriously, it'll be fun this year because no pressure. Like there's no pressure for once. You know what I mean? Just see how we play. Let's just play football. You know what I mean? So, all right, and we'll sign off on this right here. All you need is love, baby.
All you need is love. Yeah. Go Pack, go!
Go Pack, go, baby.
Go Pack, go!
Go Pack.